I'm so tired whenever I hear Anthony Davis's name, and he's a bad boy. He's a bad boy.
Top five in the world when healthy.
Okay, this is great. This is exactly where I want to go. Is he top 5, Stephen A?
Yeah.
Because I know top 5 players can carry franchises.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James can carry a franchise.
Mm-hmm.
James Harden can carry a franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. KD can carry a franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis is carrying a franchise. Steph is carrying a franchise. What I see happening with AD when all these guys, when LeBron or Dennis Schroeder, can he carry this Lakers team without them? 'Cause that's what top 5 players do.
Well, health-wise, I'm not so sure. But what I would say is I'll throw a position out with you. We religiously have debates about LeBron. Well, it's not a debate for me because it's always MJ. But there are people out there who've had the debate LeBron and against MJ, right?
I'm here. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. But we don't mention enough Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 19-time All-Star, 6-time league MVP, 6-time, NBA champion, the greatest scorer in the history of the game in terms of points, scored over 38,000 points. Because when you're a big man and you're dependent on guard play to get you the ball and you need that level of assistance, we appreciate and recognize your dominance, but at the same time, it does take something away from you when you're not the guy that's bringing the ball up the court. You're not the guy on the perimeter making things happen for other people, not just yourself, because you're more of a guard than a big man. And I think with Anthony Davis, that's the issue. When you look at him, even though he shoots 15 to 17 feet away from the basket and what have you, he's basically a big man, won a national championship at Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
He's obviously a defensive wizard. He's a shot blocker. He can rebound. He definitely can change shots if he's not blocking shots. So we know how formidable he is on the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, he's good for 25 to 29 a game when healthy, and he's a walker. He's a guy that can walk around averaging 28 and 10. But we still look at him as a guy that needs perimeter players to facilitate things for him, and that's the reason why you can make the argument of him not being top 5. But I just say top 5 because I'm giving him credit for how he impacts the game defensively when healthy. When he is healthy, he's good for those 25 to 30 a game. He's good for 8 to 10 rebounds a game.
I'm with you on this.
But he will also block and alter many, many shots. And you saw that in the conference finals against the Joker last year with Denver. He was running roughshod over everybody, but when he went up against Anthony Davis, it was a little bit different because Anthony Davis is a formidable defensive player.
Yeah, that is the difference. With big men in the league, it's always been that way, is that they rely on someone to get them the ball, right? As opposed to, the guards or forwards like a Luka Doncic or those types of players who they control the game. But you mentioned Jokic, he kind of controls the game. The ball runs through him. I mean, he dominates that offense now, especially without Jamal Murray. I mean, what he did to the Knicks last night in the first quarter.
Yeah, he did. He took him to school. No question. Mere bag of shells, though. Just one game.
Yeah,
one game.
You hope
it's all
so.
right.
We definitely shake that off, right?
It's all right. Well, listen.
I felt the same way. I almost felt like,
hey, listen. Don't worry about that. Fact of the matter is, if the Knicks were blessed and fortunate enough to go to the NBA Finals, which is obviously not going to happen this year, they would only have to face one of those teams. They ain't got to face everybody. See, the Eastern Conference you take more seriously. The Western Conference, okay, you went against Denver. You ain't got to see them again. It's okay. It's okay. It's going to be all right.
So in the East then, are the Nets still the team?
Without question. Listen. Let's be real about something here. The Nets healthy, they're the favorite to win it all. They should win it all. I fully expect them to win it all. When KD is healthy, I think KD is the best player on the planet. That's just how I feel about him. I think, Magic Johnson, God bless him, I don't believe a damn word he said when he said, if I had to have somebody shoot the last shot, it would be LeBron over KD. I don't believe that for 1 second.
No chance.
That is just lies,
right.
okay? And I love my man Magic, but I don't believe him. The Nets are the real deal. Here's the problem. They're not very likable. You start off the season, and I like them. I'm cool with KD. But there are people that look at him and they accuse him of being sensitive with the social media stuff. James Harden, you know what happened with him in Houston before he came to Brooklyn. Kyrie announces on day one that he ain't interested in talking to the media and all of this other stuff. And then you talk to people who cover the team. And it's not the most flattering things that you hear about them as people. And so when you combine that with the way the Knicks have elevated themselves to relevancy, here's what it's come down to. New York Knicks make the playoffs and get to the second round of the playoffs. If the Brooklyn Nets don't win it all, nobody will be talking about them.
You mean if they lose let's say they lose in the finals?
Well, we'll be talking about it. We'll be talking about them in a different way.
We'll be talking about them while the games are being played. But I'm just talking about an off season where you reflect on everything and everybody, and you're talking about the game of basketball, particularly in New York City. They ain't gonna be talking about them that much unless they win it all.